Hello and welcome to Streetwise Radio. I'm Shelah Moody. Happy International Women's Month. My guest today is internationally renowned reggae singer Kristine Alicia. She's a singer, songwriter, producer, and music teacher who's here to speak with us about women in reggae as well as her latest projects. Welcome, Kristine.
Hi, Sheila. Thanks for having me. Welcome,
Yeah,
everybody.
and thank you for speaking with Streetwise Radio.
Of course.
And so let's start by telling us where you're from, what part of Jamaica, and how you grew up.
Well, I was born in New Kingston. If anybody knows Trafalgar Park, right by Arden High School, if you know the Kingston area. I went to a private Christian school called Covenant Christian Academy. My dad was a musician and a pastor. My mom was a school teacher, but she also headed the school that I went to. So that was my upbringing. But of course, so I studied a lot in the books, but my dad really, really taught me music. And he's the one that got me into playing the piano and really groomed me in classical music and, of course, the church music. So
Okay, that's fabulous. Now, you are now a music teacher in Houston, Texas, where you're joining us from today. How's the weather over there today?
it's actually cold today. The sun is out though, thankfully, so I'm not going to complain. I recently moved to Houston after my family migrated from Jamaica when I was a teenager, and we lived in Florida. So I spent most of my adult life in Florida. And then it's just in the last 2 years I moved to Houston.
In Houston. Okay, great. Tell us about your role as a music teacher in Houston.
Oh, well, I teach elementary kids. It's a lot of fun. I've been doing that for 8, 9 years. So I did that a lot in Florida as well. I teach basic elementary music, theory, but I teach them xylophone, ukulele, boomwhackers, handbells, of course, singing, performances, etc. So that's my joy. That's my love. And I've been doing that in the schools in Florida and also here. And then I also teach private lessons. So I have, one-on-one private lessons teaching voice and of course piano. So
Wow. How lucky
passing
would
off what my dad gave me. Yeah.
That's awesome. How lucky would someone be to get a private lesson
Uh,
from Christine Alicia? That's awesome. Now, tell us about some of the women who influenced you.
okay. Wow. There's quite a few over the span of my life, but of course my mom has been a constant role model for me. Just seeing her, first of all, she's always a pioneer. She's always going on new ventures. Her heart is education. Her heart, you can say, is love for kids, but her determination and perseverance through some hard things I've seen in her life, and just rising up as a strong woman despite how people, have looked at her. But musically, there is Sade, there is Marcia Griffiths. To me, I could go on, but those two singing icons to me have always represented class and represented just longevity in the music business. That they were able to show their musical skills without selling out anything. So I respect them.
Great, great, great. And now you attended Oral Roberts Christian University, right?
I did.
And
My
you,
dad wanted me to go there.
right? Your dad was a pastor,
Yeah.
and yeah, is a pastor, and so you started out in the field of gospel, but now do conscious reggae. How did the gospel music? How does it influence your music? The type of music that you do today?
I mean, to me, gospel is just about your faith. However, just the gospel label just, kind of makes you sing about only certain topics. So in conscious reggae, to me, it's all about still being inspirational and giving a positive message. And so that's what I hold on to. That's the identity I hold on to. So the messages of my music still circle around and center around giving hope and a positive message to the darkness that's around in the world, and choosing to see a positive light on it. So that's what I hold on to. Some people take it as gospel, some
Right.
people take it as conscious, and I just, whatever you want to take it on, that is how I only want to stick to that truth.
Okay, that's
That's
wonderful.
right. Yeah.
Great, great. And what are some of the challenges that you faced during lockdown in the age of COVID-19 during the pandemic?
Yeah, well, when the pandemic happened, of course, to be honest, when everyone was told to stay home, it was kind of like a blessing for me because I was able to when we were told to stay home and teach, online, that gave me the opportunity to give me more time to take care of my husband who was fighting cancer. So it was a blessing for me. So I'm not gonna lie. And then it also taught me to look within myself and gain strength. And I think it slowed me down and taught me to look at the blessing of being able to record and just write music and get my thoughts together. And I was able to put my feelings into music. So I spent that time recording music and recording and writing songs, which produced to me good songs that were able to help others instead of me trying to worry about getting shows when everyone was not, when a lot of the artists had trouble getting shows. And I think I was able to see from a wider perspective how all of this kind of work out for our good, as a whole.
Okay, great. Yeah. And my condolences on the loss of your husband. I know it's so hard to lose a partner and a loved one. How have you dedicated any songs to him?
Well, like I said, during the time of all that happening, it forced me to write and to put out my feelings during that time. So yes, a couple of songs came out that, again, I can only say blessings to those producers that were willing to work with me during that time. So Black Diamond is a song that really, really represented how I was pushing through that time. And I think other people kind of relate to coming out as a Black diamond because of the struggles that push against you, the symbolism of that. And then a song called Eternity came out as well during that whole time period, because it forced me to look at how we view what the afterlife is about and what peace is truly about, and then how we focus on the future rather than focusing on the present time and the present giving. Fighting with my husband for his life, it taught me to realize that the present time is more important than focusing on the things that we're not sure what's going to happen, and focusing on our times with our loved ones.
Yeah, so true. Give thanks. And now tell us about the projects that you did, the project you did with Rory Stonelove and Mikey Bennett, two famous Jamaican producers.
Oh, yeah. So prior to Black Diamond and Eternity, I had an album out called Songs from Zion. And that was actually written during the time when I would just met my husband and we got married. And so that was all during those times. But it was a compilation of songs I had written also before. So it talked a lot about my faith. It talked a lot about my struggles to find answers from God and just my journey on this music industry. The songs like Zion and My King and Cry. And then, of course, Rory's influence with producing dancehall roots music like Roll It. The combination of us to me was a very, very, a lot of people said it was a great combination because it's me coming from the gospel, him coming from the dance together. And he brought rhythms to me that were classic and, modernized them in a way. Mikey Bennett's role was the writer who, even though I wrote the songs, he was the one that overseed it to make sure it was like on point, make sure it passed the test. Right. And of course, he's a veteran songwriter. So it was a blessing to have worked with them as a team. I grew a lot. I learned a lot. So my first album in the conscious reggae circle, and it was well received. So I'm grateful.
Okay, great. Thank you. And what current projects do you have out now? What current music do you have out now? And where could we hear the music of Kristine Alicia?
Yeah, well, I have singles coming out. My latest single that I released this month for Reggae Month in February was Hold Strong. Just recently, also released a music video for it, which I'm very proud about. And I have a few singles coming out that are right now in the mastering stages with various producers. It's up to the producers to release it. But I would say that those are coming out. You can always keep up to date with the music that's coming out. But all my music is digital online, like on iTunes, on Spotify. You can just search Kristine Alicia. I have my own YouTube channel, which all my videos are there. A lot of my music videos from even songs from Zion, even from the project with Rory. I did quite a few videos with that. And every time I try to put out a song, I try to do a music video. So it'll be good to subscribe because that's also something that I love doing. And I'm blessed to work with great videographers who can put the visuals to the song. So,
yeah. Yep. And you are right. Your videos are so beautiful. The dreadlocks and the clothing and the waterfalls. I mean,
thank you, thank you, thank you. I try to give a different view from how people always see, you know, just one side of our reggae industry, or one side of dreadlocks, or one side of Black people. I try to give a different, you know, view.
Yes, everybody, please check out those videos on Kristine Alicia's YouTube channel. Okay, and last question. What advice would you give for women working in the business of reggae music today?
Wow, I would say stay true to, first of all, find out who you are. Stay true to that. Don't be afraid to express your unique message and your unique self. Embrace all the facets of womanhood, and then don't allow anyone to put you in a box just because you're a woman. Definitely.
Okay, that's great, brilliantly said. Thank you so much. And would you like to take us out by singing a little bit of Hold Strong?
I could do that. Yeah, I could do that. Especially as an encouragement at this time, I would say, Mama, don't you cry. Big man, dry your eyes. Hold strong. Hold strong. So to every woman and every man out there, no matter which creed, what race, what religion you are, if we hold strong, I promise you will learn something from this time, this season, and you'll come out stronger.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you. On behalf of Streetwise Radio, thank you, Kristine Alicia. And we look forward. We look forward to hearing more of your music. And again, happy International Women's Month. All right.
For sure. Bye, Sheila. Bye, everybody from Streetwise Radio.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
All right.
Bye.